Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Spiegelberg Stadium in Medford, Oregon, as tonight we get ready to bring you Roseburg Indians football here on The Score. Tonight we are back down here in Medford, and we take on the other Medford school. South Medford, our host tonight here on senior night for the Panthers, currently announcing the seniors from the marching band as we get ready to kick off tonight's Southern Valley Football Conference is what they've been calling it in the Medford Mail Tribune. The new conglomeration of the Southern Oregon schools and the Salem schools. And we get ready for another traditional Southern Oregon football matchup. South Medford coming in at 5-2 on the season, 3-2 in conference play. They've lost their last two games and looking to get right here tonight as Roseburg comes in at 0-6 on the year, 0-5 in conference play. It's been a weird and difficult, challenging season for Roseburg this year. Coming off of a game last week that was played on a Saturday afternoon in Salem. It was homecoming day for Roseburg, and they unfortunately had to play on the road due to the poor air quality up north. But tonight, the contest is expected to feel a little bit more like a typical fall evening for high school football. Temperatures are cool. I got a sweatshirt on, and we're expecting maybe a few raindrops here tonight, or possibly more. It's starting to feel a little bit like fall, finally, this football season. We've got a good one, though, in store for you tonight as we get ready to go. As we get our pregame show underway, want to remind you this is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. The video stream for tonight's action is online at 541radio.com. You can also find it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score. Subscribe and follow Roseburg High Sports throughout this school year. Right now, the video stream, the only way you can find tonight's broadcast. We were alerted as we were pulling into Medford that there was a car accident on Diamond Lake Boulevard that knocked out a power pole, and that has knocked out power at the radio station. So no game on the radio at the moment. If power does come back, we'll get that simulcast back up and running like we normally do. But as for right now, we do have the backup method, the secondary broadcast on the video stream, which is presented this season by the Cow Creek Tribe. So it's nice that we've got that up and available for you here this evening. As we continue through our pregame show, we're going to get a chance to hear from head coach Dave Heiberger as the Tribe gets ready to take on the Panthers. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and we'll come back with our conversation from the pregame with head coach Dave Heiberger. You're listening and watching Roseburg High Football on 541radio.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. On the road, back down to Spiegelberg Stadium for Roseburg football tonight as the Tribe will get ready to take on South Medford. And joining us is Coach Dave Heiberger. Coach, watch back of the film, kind of getting ready for tonight. And I know it wasn't the result that anybody wanted, but I saw improvement. And obviously the numbers kind of bared that out, that you guys had improvement offensively. And I saw some things working that we haven't really seen go right for you guys offensively last week. Kind of when you guys went back and evaluated what you saw on the field, how'd you feel about things against South Salem?
Similar to what you said, once we sat down and watched it, and you saw what they scored on, and you're like, okay, well, they're just faster than us at that spot, and ran to the sideline like they do in youth football and took up it, And so they had some speed, but yeah, we at times moved the ball, had enough stops. You look at it, I think it was 14-6, and we miss on a play, and so we look at some of the opportunities that we had that we just didn't, for whatever reason didn't get. And so no, it wasn't. It was good I think we played 3 different quarterbacks, a bunch of different kids, and so it was good to get those kids, the needed experience that they need.
On that front, saw 3 different quarterbacks, and I mean, we saw Jace complete 10 passes, and the other guys that came in behind him were completing passes. Do you feel like you've been consistently starting to see more and more improvement from those guys, being able to execute that passing game as they continue to get more experience back there behind center?
Yeah, a lot of things that go into that, just as you know, besides just the quarterback, pass protection, musical chairs at wide receiver, and trust in a wide receiver. And, some of it just has to do with who's back there at a given time based off of what we have available. So, Wilder can play multiple positions for us, and so you're probably going to see some rotation. Nothing that Wilder did anything wrong. It's just, Jordan White's out tonight, and it's like when you're trying to put that puzzle me and you've talked about at the beginning of the year, trying to put the pieces together at this point, and they change a little bit each week, and it's you see it in the kids' eyes. The kids want to be out there, and they walk in and, hey, I'm out this week, and so
it's kind of just the nature of the game. I mean, it's a physical game, and guys get injured. Unfortunately, this year has been a little heavy on that side for you guys. Can we get kind of an update just on where you guys stand for tonight's ball game?
We're hoping Bradfield and Baker are able to go on the O-line. They both didn't practice all week. Hodges didn't practice all week. We hope he's ready to go, and those guys will be game time. So it's, 3 more guys.
three more question marks for you.
But, like we tell the kids, it gives somebody an opportunity to step up and show us what you can do. Here you go. You guys, in case you don't know, you're getting interviewed right now for down the road. Yeah. And so, and that's that piece with them showing up and practicing hard and playing hard, things like that. We just, obviously the results that we want to get is a W, and there's, but at the same time, it's 6A football. And the schedule that we've had this year has been a strong schedule, and hopefully that's a schedule when we go next year and 6 games are at home and we're healthier and older, that's a schedule that we can give a better look in the win column.
Yeah, can we talk to the schedule makers and see about making this a little bit more fair next year? Just the 1 game officially at home so far this season for Roseburg. Tonight you guys take on South Medford, and we talked earlier in the week. This is a team that is coming off of back-to-back losses. I know going into the Sheldon game a couple of weeks ago, they had hopes of a league title that Sheldon took away from them in that matchup, and then a tough loss for them last week. When you got a team that's kind of looking to get right against you, what kind of things do you try and focus on as you guys get ready for here today's matchup against South Medford?
We're going to continue to focus on ourselves. Obviously we show film and we, have a show team that shows what they do. But the reality is we've got to get a lot better before we are concerned. And that's been the challenge of kids this week is, our everyday drills that we do, does it show up in a game? And if it's not showing up and it's a drill we do every day, they get to take ownership. We get to take ownership of the bad calls and all that as coaches. But just trying to, that accountability piece when you don't have a lot of backups becomes a challenge. And just the guys shuffling in and out. And so it's something that it's not unique to the game of football. And at some point, I guess all programs go through it a little bit. You look at West Salem and McNairy, 2 teams that have won the league that we're in now for the last 10, 12 years. And out of nowhere, they've one game between them. And so, hopefully that's a sign that maybe things are getting cyclical after COVID. I'm a big fan of, that cyclical piece of having different things. But South Medford definitely presents some speed. They have, we had the speed on them last year, and this year they kind of have the speed. That Walker's pretty quick, a 3-year starter at quarterback. And, but the last couple times we played them, I think we had them 13-6 up at our place the year they won it. And then last year, obviously, coming down here and getting a win, I'm sure that's, fresh in their minds as well. So,
all right, Coach. Best of luck to you out there tonight.
I appreciate it.
I'm not there, so if they're telling me that they don't think it's going to be able to get on, that's a big problem they can manage with what they got to do. So. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure, man. We'll talk about it more. I got to get back on the video stream here, so. All right, thanks. Welcome you back here as we get ready for the coin toss from Spiegelberg Stadium after a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And we are getting ready to go. Again, we are on the video stream only, so if you know of people that maybe tune in and usually watch or listen on the radio, which is usually the opposite of our issues. Usually it's the video stream that's having a problem. Tonight it is the radio station. Off the air back at home. That means no Roseburg football on the air right now. No Sutherland football as well. Dan Bain up at Sutherland to call that game between the Bulldogs and South Umpqua. Unfortunately, that game not on the radio right now as we wait to see if the power will get restored in time to be able to get something on the air for you there. So, unfortunately, some technical difficulties on the radio side this evening. Out at midfield, you've got the captains for Roseburg, Jace Wilder, Kyler Mills, and James Coleman, a trio of seniors out there for the coin toss. And we'll wait to see how this one plays out. Roseburg coming off of their Saturday game last week against South Salem. They ended up falling in that one 51-13 as looks like South Medford will receive the opening kick of our ball game. 51-13 the final score in that one, but it was the best offensive game of the season for Roseburg, going in and getting a total of 213 yards, 166 through the air. Their best passing performance of the season by far, but unable to keep up with South Salem in that matchup. On the other side, for South Medford, they fell against Grants Pass on the road at Mel Ingram Field, up the road in Grants Pass. They were down 27-7 at halftime, rallied back, decided to go, instead of trying to go for the tie on the field goal, they decided, the PAT, they decided to try and go for two and see if they could get the lead in the closing minutes of that game with about 6 minutes left to go. But their two-point conversion attempt failed, and they would give the ball back to Grants Pass. Had an opportunity to maybe get the ball back in their hands, but unfortunately, they were unable to do so, and it would be a victory for Grants Pass. A big one there for the Cavemen in that matchup as they try to see if they could do whatever they can to get their playoff positioning ready to go. Getting ready to kick things off. We are video only tonight. Helping me out this evening is Clayton Brelledge. You might remember that name from last year. Great to have him back with us here this evening. All right, kickoff going away left to right. Guess I don't have to talk quite as much tonight if we're only doing the video stream. That might appease some. They go with the short onside kick. Oh, it needed to take a Roseburg bounce, and it goes out of bounds on the near sideline. Roseburg needed that one to bounce back into the field of play, and they might have had a chance. Jace Wilder was trying to track that one down here on the near sideline, and unfortunately just out of his reach as the kickoff from Jacob Michael just a hair too far. So South Medford will have the football in decent territory out at their own 40-yard line as they'll start with Deacon Edgar, the senior quarterback, 5'11", 180 pounds, 3-year starter in the backfield. He'll have with him back there, Ryder Scheid will be to the right of the quarterback in shotgun, 2 targets either side. First down and 10, quick pass into the flats to the running back. Scheid with it out into open space on the far side at the numbers. Driven out of bounds by Jace Wilder into Roseburg territory to the 31. So the pass play will go for 29 yards through the air from Deacon Edgar. And he's able to connect with Scheid for the first down. They'll break the huddle and come up to the line. First down and 10 in Roseburg territory at the 31. Ball on the right hash mark. Fake the handoff to Scheid. Now pass out into the flats on the near side. That is Andrew Walker, their speedster, uses a stiff arm, gets across the sideline. Will have a first down as he goes out at the 19-yard line. That is a pickup of 12 through the air for Edgar on his first completion to Walker. Edgar comes in 1,504 yards through the air, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. His leading target on the receiving side is Andrew Walker, who just picked up that first down. He came in with 634 yards on 39 catches, 8 touchdowns, and he moves the chains on that last possession. First down and 10 from the 19. Roseburg sending pressure. Edgar up the middle, avoids it, gets down to the 15 before he is spun down by Roseburg's front line. It should make it second down and 6 at the 15-yard line. Roseburg up along that front line tonight. Every week it's a who's who, trying to figure out who's healthy. And that looks like maybe a couple of new numbers. Jack Banna in the middle, James Coleman out there. Dakota James getting a start on the line. That's the new number for me up on the front line. Boston Williams. Tyler Reitman is back this week. That is great to see for that middle linebacker. Nick Parrish in there as a linebacker. Brevin Harrison. I saw Brody Robinson back on the sideline as well as Harrison gets into the backfield, but he can't make the tackle. Coming up with a shoulder. Nick Parrish will knock Scheid out of bounds on the near side. And they take him out right down to the 13, a pickup of 2. That was a nice job by Harrison to get into the backfield and disrupt that running play. A pickup of just 2, and it's third down for South Medford. It'll be third down and 4. Rolling to his right is Edgar, looking towards the end zone. Nobody comes open immediately. He's going to scramble to the far side, gets knocked out around the 14, it looked like. And that would make it fourth down. No laundry on the field. Roseburg coming up with a third down play to make it fourth down and about 5 to go here from the 14-yard line. A loss of 1 on the run by Edgar. Fourth down stop attempt here for Roseburg. They are trying to get the defense off the field. This season, opponents converting 33% of the time on fourth down against Roseburg. Fourth down attempt here. Scheid is the back to the left of Edgar, rolling to his left, looking to the end zone, has a man open, and it's caught for a touchdown. Ty Henry, the senior, will get in the end zone for the score. So it's an early 6-0 lead for South Medford. Roseburg got them to fourth down, but they could not hold them out of the end zone. Henry runs a great route, the out route into the end zone about 20 yards deep, and that TD pass will go down as a 14-yarder for Deacon Edgar to Ty Henry. The PAT attempt, right-footed kick, wide right. It'll stay 6-0 on the missed PAT. South Medford leading it early with 10:17 to go in the ballgame. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout on 541radio.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Roseburg trailing South Medford 6-0 here on our video stream at 541radio.com. After the touchdown pass, South Medford will kick it away right to left. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. Accepting new patients, call him at 541-378-6694. Kickoff away. That will go into the end zone for the touchback. And that was Hodges deep. So there were some question marks on who might be available for Roseburg tonight. Hodges was one of them. But it looks like he's out there. Also great to see that Brody Robinson appears to be back tonight. So that's good for Roseburg as their offense will come out. Robinson had been a nice wide receiver target for Roseburg, who will start at their own 20. Handoff up the middle. It's Brogan Rackley at quarterback tonight. That might be out of necessity. They're thin at the wide receiver, and Jace Wilder may just have to play out there. Carry on the first play for Caden Eckel. Goes right into the line, and he'll actually lose a yard back to the 19. Second down and 11. We'll try to run through the starting lineup for Roseburg offensively here tonight. Shotgun snap to Rackley, looking to pass, goes on the intermediate route, and it's picked off by Espinoza. Dylan Espinoza taken down by Byron Irving in the red zone. South Medford with the takeaway. Rackley staring down his target, and the linebacker steps right in front of it, returns it down to the 12. And the turnover, first for Roseburg in a couple of games. They hadn't had a turnover in 2 straight games, but there Rackley will throw it. And it'll set up South Medford deep in Roseburg territory with 9:32 to go here in the first quarter. Already leading 6-0. They've got it at the Roseburg 12. They go on the end around, the fake it. They gave it on the sweep, then faked the handoff. Tackled out of bounds on the far side is Andrew Walker, the speedster. He'll go into the inside the 5, down to the 3 on the carry. Walker's first carry of the night. For Walker, that'll be a pickup of 9 on the play. They will spread out one target to the left side, a tight end kind of as an H-back on the left end of the line. That's Walker on the left side. Turn and handed. It's Espinoza. He slips through one tackle in the backfield, dances around another defender, falling forward on the hash marks down to about the 1-yard line on the first carry of the night for Dylan Espinoza, who has been getting plenty of opportunities this season. He does take it to the 1 for a pickup of 2. They'll go quickly, and they just muscle their way in for the score. And South Medford will pick up another one there. Quarterback keeper for Dylan Edgar to rush it in. And it's quickly 12-0 as South Medford will capitalize on the turnover by Roseburg. And now do they go for the 2-point conversion to try and make up for the missed PAT. They've got everybody huddled up to the left. The ball's on that left hash mark. So they are going to go for it here. 2 targets out to the right side. They go I formation. Under center is Edgar. Fake a couple of handoffs. Rolling to his right. Has the intermediate route. Dropped by the running back out of the backfield. So the try no good. And it'll be 12-0. South Medford still in front with 9:05 to go in the first quarter. We'll take the break. Come back after this here on 541radio.com. Twelve to nothing, South Medford in front. They will boot it away. It'll take a hop at the 17-yard line, jump to get it for Boston Williams to return it. Winds his way through the middle of the field, gets outside the 25 to about the 27, and that's where he'll get stopped. Stood up by South Medford. Roseburg will have it, starting a little bit better field position out at the 27-yard line. So 2 first-quarter touchdowns for South Medford as they try to bounce back after losses in their last 2 games. Roseburg's offense on the field only got 2 plays in last time. It'll be Rackley still at quarterback, Coleman at center, Brayson Parker at the left guard, Dylan Bradfield at the left tackle. A.J. Baker is playing tonight. That was a question mark. 3-man front for South Medford. And it's Kyler Mills at the right guard position. That's your offensive line tonight for the Tribe. High snap goes through the hands for Rackley. He'll pick it up, racing to his left, slips 1 tackle, gets back to the 25, tackled forward. He will somehow find his way back to the line of scrimmage. Went through the hands of Rackley, the junior, 5'9", 140. Hasn't played back there a lot since earlier in the season. It's been mostly Jace Wilder for a while. But Rackley getting the start tonight as Wilder's out at a wide receiver. Good job, though, by Rackley to be able to make something out of that. On a scramble, getting back to the line of scrimmage, didn't lose yardage. 2nd down and 10. They'll give it to Eckel, trying to run up the middle. They've got him by his feet. Now the rest of the defense, he was stood up with nowhere to go, and the rest of the defense will come back and pile drive him back to the 25, but they give him forward progress to the 27. No gain on the carry for Eckel. And Roseburg will be still stuck at the 27, facing 3rd down and 10. Nice gang tackling there for South Medford. Irvin goes to the sideline. Caden Austin. Dane St. Clair spread out to the right side along with Boston Williams. Eckel in the backfield to the right of Rackley. They'll fake the handoff to him. Rackley looking to pass. Now he's going to take off quickly. He takes on a defender head on and gets spun forward down to the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, not enough for Roseburg. And it'll be 4th down and 6, and the punt unit will come out. Rackley was back there, maybe some quick feet. The youngster stepped up into the pocket, didn't see something immediately and decided to take off running and didn't find enough room out that direction. Jacob Michael out to punt it away for the Tribe. Good snap. Gets his boot behind it. He's got a big foot. Back, a fair catch called for and almost dropped. Just a little bit of a juggle there by Andrew Walker. And he will get it back at the 30-yard line. South Medford's half of the field as the offense back out for the Panthers. They lead it 12-0. 6:48 to go. Tonight's football game is sponsored by Western Oregon Jewelers and by our friends at Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Deacon Edgar and the offense for South Medford will come back out in shotgun, 2 backs either side. He will hand it off. It's Scheid running, coming in to help make the hit. I want to say that was Williams. It is Boston Williams on the stop on a pickup of 6 for Ryder Scheid. A junior, 5'10", 175 pounds. Carries that one out to the 36-yard line. Second down and 4. Roseburg got South Medford to a 4th down attempt on their first drive of the game, and they converted for a touchdown on 4th down in the red zone. Penalty flags are out. There was movement in the backfield. The back came out of the backfield. There was 2 of them back there. One of them motions to the left side of the line, as that is Bridger Foss. But apparently the officials not a fan of that play call. They will whistle them for a false start, and that'll back up South Medford. So the penalty will move them back to the 31-yard line. Loss of 5. 2nd and 9 now for the Panthers. Walker to the near side. 2 targets to the far side of the field. Looking to pass. They leave some guys in to block. Walker gets open. And that is a guy that you just feel like you can't lose sight of. But Roseburg did there, and he'll pick up enough for the first down. He gets it to the 42. That is a pickup of 11 through the air for Edgar, finding his favorite target, and Andrew Walker. Walker's second catch of the night. He's got 23 yards. Clock running down to 5:35 here in the first period. Senior night for the Panthers in black. Looking to pass, going on the deep route to Walker. It's picked off. It's Jace Wilder with the interception. Wilder will have, I believe, his first interception of the season defensively. He takes it to the 36, and Roseburg will have the football back in their hands. They went deep, and Roseburg had, I told you couldn't lose track of Andrew Walker. Roseburg didn't do it on that play. They had 3 defenders in the vicinity of Andrew Walker, and it was Wilder that comes away with the INT. So the Tribe will have the football with 5:21 to go in the first period. At their own 35 is where they will spot the football. So here comes the offense for the Tribe. Rackley still back there. High snap that he joggles around and dives on, will lose yardage. And Rackley having troubles with the shotgun snap from James Coleman, the senior. That ball goes all the way back to the 27, and that is just continues to be the bugaboo for Roseburg this season, as they will find a way to shoot themselves in the foot when things go their direction. Offense out there now facing 2nd down and 18. In shotgun, Rackley with Eckel to his left. He'll roll out to his left. Eckel stays into block, throws out to Wilder, makes the first man miss, stays on his feet, running out to the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of 8. They get back to where they started. First completion of the night for Rackley. And it is Wilder on his first catch of the evening. Had his first catch of the season last week. And now Roseburg facing 3rd down and 10. Quick look back. That was the first interception for Jace Wilder defensively this year. Down to 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Ball on the left hash mark. 3rd down and 10. Trips to the right side. Rolling that direction for Rackley. He'll go to Williams. Turns it upfield at the 40. Stays in bounds. Stays on his feet. I think he's got a chance. He'll move the chains out to the 46-yard line. And a nice pickup. Boston Williams, they use him a lot on defense, so I think they like to try and as best they can to limit how much he's used on offense, just to not make him be out there too much. But boy, when he's been able to get the ball in his hands in the passing game, Boston Williams has been able to do some pretty cool things for the senior who did not play football last year. He picks up 11 on the catch to move the chains on 3rd down. Handed off, Eckel running right side, tried to shed that first tackler, and it almost looked like he was going to do it. But hanging on real tight, JT Dalton comes in to make the stop. And Eckel will get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Almost broke away, and he's such a hard runner, but he just couldn't quite get out of the grasp of Dalton. 2nd and 10, ball on the right hash mark near midfield. They'll set up with Rackley in shotgun. St. Clair, the only target to the right side. Handed off to Eckel again. Trying to run left side. Spin move. Flag came out as he got to the 50-yard line. It comes out from the middle of the play there. Could be in the area. No, I was going to say it may be holding, but they do signal against South Medford. Eckel got to the 50, but the flag's back at the 45. They'll count it off from the end of the run. So give Eckel to the 50 on a 4-yard carry, then tack on the penalty by South Medford, their second penalty of the game. Roseburg will have a 15-yarder there. And the ball goes down to the South Medford 35. And Roseburg will have it 1st and 10 from the 35. Fake the handoff. Rackley with the keeper. Misses one defender. Makes another miss. Now tackled from behind as he gets down to the 25. That's close to a first down carry. And Rackley with a great fake and a keeper gets it to the 25, and I think they signal move the chains. First down, Roseburg on a 10-yard carry by Brogan Rackley. And the offense getting a little bit of momentum here. They will bring out Byron Irvin to run the play in. Trips to the right side. First down and 10, Roseburg at the 25. They give it to Eckel. He will get a couple of yards before he is thrown down up along that front line. Those jerseys can be kind of difficult to read sometime for South Medford. Coming up to make that tackle is Remy Rodriguez after a 2-yard pickup by Eckel to the 23. Second down and 8. Williams, Irvin, and St. Clair to the right side. Wilder alone to the left. Quick pass out into the flats. It goes out to St. Clair. He's got a blocker in front that'll help give him some space. That was Williams. Boston providing the protection to get St. Clair down to the 11, and Roseburg's marching into South Medford territory. A first down completion to the 11, and they are just outside the distance for first down and goal. That is a pickup of 12 on the completion to St. Clair. Dane St. Clair has been a nice, reliable receiver lately for Roseburg. And he's able to pick up 12 and move the chain, sets up first down and 10 from the 11. Fake the handoff to Eckel, running left side. Rackley is not afraid of the defender. He could have tried to juke to the outside or go on a foot race. Instead, he runs right into Isaac Valdez, the senior. He took him square on, and he takes it to the 6. That's a 5-yard pickup for Rackley, who's done a lot of carrying so far tonight. They'll break the huddle. Second down, almost the end of the first quarter here. Final play. If Roseburg can get it off in time, they'll snap it just before. Trying to go on the end-around sweep. That could be, he's tackling from the nameplate. No flag out on a possible horse collar tackle. He might have just had the jersey, not the pads, and that might be the clarification there. The tackle for loss goes back to the 10, and that's the end of the first quarter here from Medford. Roseburg charging into South Medford territory, but they'll be facing third down and 9 when we come back to start the second quarter. We'll take a quick 60-second timeout on 541radio.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Second quarter action, Roseburg facing 3rd and 9 as they will go to the end zone. Jace Wilder makes the adjustment. He drops a touchdown pass. Oh, Wilder, a great play to get in front of the defender, but he could not get a handle on the football in the end zone as Roseburg will face 4th and 9 from the 10-yard line as we welcome you back here to Spiegelberg Stadium as the Tribe takes on South Medford. That was a touchdown that just almost happened for Jace Wilder. Roseburg, though, facing 4th down and 9. They can get a first down at the 1. They will leave the offense on the field. Rackley in at quarterback to start the game. Eckel to his left. He'll drop back looking to pass. They're going to go to the same play. It's picked off in the end zone. Wilder couldn't get turned around in time, and it's an interception. It would have been a turnover on downs anyways. South Medford will keep Roseburg out of the end zone. So on 4th down, Rackley throws his second interception of the night. And South Medford with their second takeaway. They will preserve the shutout for the time being. 11:47 to go here in the first half. South Medford with the football at their own 20. As the offense will come back out on the field. Joey Kieran here with you. Handoff in the backfield, running left side, spin move. Stays on his feet, tackled out of bounds by Nick Parrish. Carrying the football. That is Bridger Foss with the carry. He'll take it out to the 27-yard line, a pickup of 7. Foss is 3rd running back we've seen in the backfield for South Medford. They'll break the huddle, leading 12-0 here in the first half of tonight's ball game. Foss in the backfield, another back there as well. I believe that's Ryder Scheid out there. They book in Deacon Edgar, dropping back to pass. They're going to try and set up the screen. It's there, and it's wide open. Blockers in front, get him free on the far side. Robinson will spin him out of bounds. Complete to Ryder Scheid to move the ball into Roseburg territory. A big explosion play for South Medford. The screen drawn up perfectly, takes it to the 35, Roseburg's half of the field. .38-yard completion. So Scheid has his second. He's had a 29 and a 38-yard completion. Over 100 yards passing now for Edgar on the night as he'll hand it off this time, running left side. Banta comes up with the tackle. Penalty flag out at the end as Scheid carries that one. The penalty flag's right at the end of the play, and the white cap seems to be signaling this one is on Roseburg. And he will make the announcement to the other sideline. Personal foul face mask against Roseburg, so they'll tack it on at the end of the play. Didn't see where they marked it at the end of it, so it's down to the 12-yard line, so must have been out at the 27. So it was a run of 8 for Scheid, and then add on the first penalty of the night for Roseburg. Puts the ball at the 12-yard line, first down and 10 for South Medford. Running to the right side, Edgar, designed quarterback keeper. He stops at the 10, shuffles his way back to the middle of the field. As he let the defense run by him, he gets down to the 6-yard line. Edgar with a touchdown run on a quarterback keeper earlier. That was just the sneak. Here he's on a designed sweep to the right side for the quarterback. They'll set up. Second down, not goal yet. They can get it down to the 1 or the 2, I think, is for first down. Ball's at the 6, so they've got second down and 4. I formation handed to the deep back. Nick Parrish gets into the backfield to stop the ball carrier. Nick Parrish comes up with the stop on Dylan Espinoza, and they drop him back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 on the tackle for loss by Parrish. Still just a 2-score game here, 12-0. Roseburg trying to keep South Medford from adding to their lead in the first half. Definitely impressed by the way Roseburg's playing in this one tonight. They've been playing tough, definitely making South Medford work for this one. It has not been easy. Shotgun snap coming for Edgar with Scheid to his left. Roseburg showing a little bit of pressure in the middle. They will send the blitz. They pass out in the flats. It's Walker. Does he have the speed to get around the defense? He will, and he's in. Andrew Walker will add another touchdown. 8-yard touchdown pass from Edgar to Walker. And it is now 18-0. South Medford in front. They have not been able to get an extra point yet tonight. They will try to kick it through here, and it is up and through. So they put it through the uprights, and that'll make it 19-0. South Medford in front. Back after a 30-second timeout. This is Roseburg football on the 541radio.com.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Back in Medford on 541radio.com at Spiegelberg Stadium. I've been told that the power's back at the radio station, but as you might expect, there's a lot of electronics that have to reboot, load up, get everything up and running, so might be a little bit of time before the radio stations are back on. Kickoff away. It's going to be a wobbly one to the 11, takes a bounce towards the sideline and out of bounds. Roseburg will get a big benefit from that one. Went out at the 9-yard line. They should get that out at the 35, so that is a huge bonus for the Tribe to get the football closer to midfield. So out comes the offense, which marched down the field last time here, but had a touchdown pass. It would have been the first touchdown pass of the season for Roseburg, in and out of the hands of Jace Wilder. They tried to go right back to the well, and South Medford made the interception on a 4th down attempt. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Offense out there. It's Rackley at the quarterback position. A bunch formation to his left, looking that direction. Now looks it off. He's going to try and take off and run. That was a smart decision by the young quarterback. He looked to his left. He didn't like what he saw out that way as they came up and blew up the bunch formation in the receivers. Looked back to his right, his second option. That didn't look great either, and he smartly felt that there wasn't a lot of pressure in the backfield, took off running. I like the poise there from the quarterback as he takes it out to the 39. It was a pickup of 4 on first down. And look, you'd rather have that than an incompletion or a loss of yardage, and Roseburg has been playing from behind the sticks quite a bit throughout the season. Second down and 6 from the 39-yard line. Fake the handoff to Eckel. Again, it's a keeper for Rackley. And, boy, he has been running hard. Hopefully you see at some point they will key on him and Eckel can get loose because we know what he can do. That's a 10-yard carry out to the 49. A 10-yard pickup once again for Rackley. He's had a couple of those. He did have one big loss on a fumble. So his numbers not as great as you'd like, but he has been running well, and he moves the chains again. 8:36 and counting here in the first half. Roseburg trying to get on the board before the break. Wilder, Williams, and Austin spread to the left side. St. Clair alone to the right. No tight end in the formation for Roseburg. This time it is a give to Eckel up the middle. Defender falling at his feet slows him up, and they jump on his back to bring him down as he gets across the 50. Will go to the 47 in South Medford territory. So that is a pickup of 4 on the ground for Eckel. Just his 4th carry of the night. And I think Roseburg understanding the teams are definitely looking for him to carry the ball after the season he had last year. So they're keying on him, and Rackley's been able to take advantage of it here tonight. Whistles blowing. It's a timeout taken down on the field, it looks like. Oh, we've got an injury timeout maybe. It is James Coleman, who's limping to the sideline, will get a bottle of water from Jordan White, who is out tonight. Unfortunate there for the senior, who went out last week, and we saw him on crutches after the game. He's getting around without crutches tonight, but he's out after that injury. So a quick injury timeout there. Coleman goes to the bench. Might just be some cramping for him as Lindsay will take a look at him. That'll bring in a new center, and it's a high snap on the first play. And Rackley tries to make something out of it but cannot get away in the backfield. He gets tackled at the 50. So a loss of 3. That center to quarterback exchange is so critical, and there we see it, unfortunately, with a backup out there, comes into play, and it doesn't look like I don't think it's cramping for James Coleman, unfortunately. We'll see here. I think Kyler Mills might be the backup center. He taps himself on the head as he goes to the line, knowing he's got to make sure he can get the ball to the quarterback cleanly. They'll move Irvin in motion left to right. It's again a high snap, ball back. Rackley is going to just huck it downfield, trying to get it out there to Jace Wilder. And dangerous play, but ends up working out for Roseburg. They don't take the big loss of yardage, and it'll be 4th down and 9. They'll have to punt it away here. Unfortunate that the drive stalls out after a new center comes in, and we might see Kyler Mills, once he gets off the field, coming over to work with Rackley on that snapping back to the quarterback as they continue to check out James Coleman. So he's got to snap it here for the punter, and it's a bit of a high snap for Jacob Michael. He'll get the kick away, though. It's a nice one. Wobbly kick, but it takes a great Roseburg roll inside the 10, down inside the 5, and Irvin will get it before it gets to the goal line at the 3. Great punt by Jacob Michael. That was a tough snap to deal with, but Michael able to get the kick away. The sophomore will pin South Medford back inside their own 5. With 6:37 to go here in the first half, the Panthers will have it 97 yards to go to try and find the end zone. Tonight's ball game is brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. From their own end zone, South will run it over the right side of the line, and they will break free to get some space. That was Ryder Scheid on the carry, and Roseburg was trying to pin him in the end zone. They find the weak spot, and Scheid takes it out to the 16. That was a big carry to give the Panthers a little bit of room to breathe. A 13-yard carry by Scheid. 1st down and 10. And they are over on the sideline. Kyler Mills is getting some practice. Shotgun snaps in. James Coleman is trying to work out an ankle, it looks like. Run play through the middle. A lot of bodies flailing all over for Roseburg as they were trying to send guys in. And the carry will go out to the 22-yard line, a pickup of 6 for Scheid. So he was able to bounce off some bodies in the backfield and stay on his feet. Makes it 2nd and 4. Coleman still running around. He's grimacing a bit, not limping too heavily, but he is definitely in a little bit of pain as he tries to see if he's able to get back out there. Handoff again to Scheid. He tries to stretch it to the near side. He will. Gets around the edge. Still going as he gets across the 35. Wilder. No, excuse me. That was 55. And that again is the new man Dakota James that we're seeing tonight. He helped make that tackle. I think Nick Parrish in there. First down carry for Scheid out to the 39. That's a pickup of 17. First down and 10. Ball on the right hash mark at the south 39-yard line. 5.5 to play here. Coleman still on the bench here on the near sideline, and they're hopeful he'll get a chance to get back out there. The all-conference center. Pass out in the flats on the far side. The speedster on his feet. Walker bouncing off of tacklers. Nobody had him wrapped up. And Andrew Walker, he is just so deadly fast. He's a sprint champion at the 6A level. He moves it to Roseburg's side of the field to the 34. So that is a 27-yard completion to Walker. He's up to 58 yards on the night. Trying to go with some tempo here. They'll pass into the flats. Another short pass, but looking to try and let their athletes make a play. That completion, I believe, Walker again. Yeah, he tried to make a move. His foot slipped out from underneath him as he goes down at the 30. It's a pickup of 4 on the pass play. We were expecting maybe a little precipitation tonight, and it is drizzling here in Medford. Can't really tell from up here, up near the lights, but pulled out the binoculars and looking across the way, you can see the raindrops are coming down, so the turf a little bit wet, and you saw that come into play on that slip by Walker on that last one. 2 targets to the right side for Edgar with a back to either side of him in shotgun. He'll motion one out of the backfield to the right side. That's Scheid. Fake it to him. Going to be a design quarterback keeper. Edgar with it into the secondary. Got 2 guys wrapping him up as he drags him towards the 10. He'll go down at the 11-yard line. And that is a pickup of 19 on the quarterback keeper for Deacon Edgar, the senior. A 3-year starter coming into tonight. Edgar had rushed for 257 yards and 7 touchdowns, so you know they are comfortable putting the ball in his hands. He moves the chains to make it first down and 10 from the 11. This drive started at the 3. Give it to Scheid, running left side. He's got a blocker there to help as he's trapped in the backfield. Gets across the 10, still on his feet as he is spun down on the far side of the field by Landon Hodges. And credit Ryder Scheid on that carry as he muscles his way. He was trapped in the backfield initially. Right around the line of scrimmage, he muscles his way down to the 8 to pick up 3. Clock continues to run down to 3:37 to go here in the second quarter. 2 targets right side. One of them's Walker. They make some motion in the backfield. Penalty flag out. Rolling to his right is Edgar. Slips a tackle. Sidesteps a defender at the 10. Still on his feet. To the sideline. Out of bounds at the 5. And doesn't look like there was a lot of whistles there at the end. They wanted to make sure there was no penalty flags out at the end of that one, but there is one back at the line of scrimmage. So the ball got down to the 5-yard line. Actually, they'll count this one off from the line of scrimmage, the 8. So 5-yard holding penalty back to the 13. So the play negated. It'll stay second down. Back to the 8. They've got 7 yards to, make that 11 yards to try and make up here. And it's not the 8-yard line, it is the 13-yard line. Looking to pass to his left, going to the end zone, has a man open, and it's another touchdown, South Medford. Andrew Walker with his second of the night from 13 yards out. And South Medford starting to pull away here as they make it 25-0. Third touchdown pass of the evening for Edgar. He's also got a rushing touchdown. And he is over 150 yards passing this evening. PAT kick. No good. And we will stay at 25-0. Second quarter action, 3:06 to play. Take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com. Joey Kieran here with you from Medford tonight, helping out here on site with the video production this evening. Clayton Brelich. Back in the studio was Grady Hamilton, who was there to do the radio side, but that has been off the air. And not sure how things are progressing on that side. What I feel worse for is Dan Bain, who was there to call Sutherland football tonight against South Umpqua, and he doesn't have the video stream to have as a secondary broadcast. The kick goes to the 11-yard line for Boston William. Things open up the middle. He will escape the return coverage and takes it out past the 30 to the 37-yard line. A great return there of about 26 yards for Boston Williams. He's been a good return guy this year when he's gotten the opportunities. And they will officially spot the football at the 37. So Roseburg, decent field position. They've driven a couple of times, but the last drive was stalled out after James Coleman went out with an injury, and it will be Kyler Mills still out there at center for Roseburg. He was working on the shotgun snaps. Again, it's high. Ball's on the turf. Hopping on it is Rackley, and that's all he could do. And so the snap will get over the head of the quarterback and drop him all the way back to the 27. Just kind of a tough spot here for Mills. Come in and try and perfect the shotgun snap, and so far it has been tough going. In shotgun, Rackley now facing second down and 20. Try to get the defense to jump, and they will. At high school, all they got to do is get across and kind of into the neutral zone and across the way, and that'll be good enough. So the hard snap will buy Roseburg 5 yards on the penalty. Ball goes to the 32, and Roseburg's right back on the football. That's a better snap there. And now a pass. No, going to pull it down and run. Rackley to the near side, uses some speed. He gets to the 45. He just steps out. Ooh, that's not a great spot for him. It looked like he might have gone out another yard further, but he gets it out to the 47, and I think he might move the chains. First down, Roseburg. They pump fake and pulled it down to run for Rackley, and he will pick up 15 yards and move the chains. Puts Roseburg out to the 47-yard line. I thought I'd give him another yard on that one by the time he stepped out, but they will now set up 1st and 10 at their own 47. Again, shotgun, much better for Mills, and just a miscommunication. Wilder went about, I'd say, 5 yards. The pass 5 yards in the comeback route. The pass went about 4 yards, just off target for Rackley, trying to find Wilder on the incompletion. Irvin, St. Clair, and Austin will spread out wide to the right side. That is a sophomore. That's 3 sophomores out to the right side of the formation for Roseburg. Pressure coming. Going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle for Rackley. He had time in the pocket. It might have been a designed quarterback run, but he had time back there. I don't know if that was just what they wanted him to do or not, but it felt like he had time to be able to sit there and scan to see if he had a receiver open. But he took off pretty quick, which makes me feel like it was a designed run for Brogan Rackley. And his carry goes right back to the line of scrimmage, the 47, so no gain on the run. And Roseburg will have 3rd down and 10. The raindrops starting to make their way into the booth a little bit. Things getting a little bit damp up here. Not damp, they're just getting a little sprinkled. Wilder, the lone target to the left side, trips to the right for Rackley. Looking to pass, he'll roll to his right side. Will go on the short route to St. Clair and throws behind his intended target. Would have only been 3 yards if he had caught it and couldn't get any further. And the punt unit looks like it'll come out on 4th down and 10. Another drive for Roseburg that showed some positive momentum, but unable to sustain it. What was positive on that drive was Kyler Mills was able to dial in his shotgun snaps a little bit better on that drive, helping Roseburg get some opportunities to make some plays. Jacob Michael out there to kick, a new long snapper out for Roseburg. Kick is away. That one high in the air, not deep, and it'll hit at the 35 and out of bounds. That is right about where they will mark it. The new shotgun snapper for Roseburg was Mateo Reynaga. Not a great punt with the pressure coming from South Medford. And the Panthers holding Roseburg without a point so far with 58.9 seconds to go here in the first half. South will have it with the football at their own 35-yard line. Edgar, we know he's got some speedsters to try and get the ball to. He'll wing it out to the far side. They can't hang on to Walker. He will stay on his feet to the sideline, out of bounds. That was Hodges that came up, made a great play to get there on Walker, but he didn't get him wrapped up, was hanging on to a shirt string, and he couldn't bring him down. And Walker will move the ball out to the 48-yard line. That's where they spot that, a pickup of 13 on the pass play. The clock stopped with 51 seconds as Walker got out of bounds. Ball near midfield. Edgar looking to pass. He'll go to the near side. Catch and tackle made by Rackley. That is Gannon Jones on the catch. And the football will go to the 44 as whistles blow. Timeout taken by South Medford with 38.9 seconds to go in the first half. So they get the ball across the 50 into Roseburg territory. That was a pickup of 8 on that completion to Jones. His first catch of the night. So a little less than, 44 yards to go to pay dirt for South Medford as they have 38.9 seconds in the first half to try and score. Tonight's game has been brought to you by B&D Meats, located in Winston. Still 2 timeouts left for South Medford. Roseburg has 3. Don't know if they'd want to use them here. I can't imagine. Up on that front line, Jack Banna, Nick Parrish, and Dakota James as whistles before the play. The officials stopping things, I think. Not sure if they were set to go, if South Medford went too quick. It's 2nd down and 3. No, sorry, 2nd down and 2. Dakota James, Banna, and Parrish now your defensive linemen. Reitman, Boston Williams, Brevin Harrison in your linebacker core. They're going with that nickel back, adding an extra defensive back out there. And that would be Brayton Loomis, who is out there defensively for Roseburg as a defensive back, along with Rackley, Wilder, Hodges, and that is Brody Robinson on the far side. Great to see that youngster back. Robinson missed a few games. The sophomore back out there defensively. Fake the handoff, looking to pass over the middle. It's picked off by Hodges. He was in the perfect spot. He will get it to the 43, 44, and he is taken down there. 2nd interception of the season for Landon Hodges. He had one last week, and he gets another here tonight. 2nd interception of the night for Edgar, and I don't know what he was looking for. I didn't see a black jersey in the vicinity of that one. It was almost like he meant to throw it to Landon Hodges. So Hodges comes away with the interception. And Roseburg, now they may want those timeouts. There's 30 seconds to go, 31 as we round up. Roseburg has the football at their own 44. Rackley will pass out into the flats. It's intended for Irvin. It was a little too high, and he tried to square himself up. He was angling away from the throw, so had to turn back to try and square it up. And as he made the leap to try and catch it, lost his footing as he was coming down, couldn't pull that one in. Only burned off about 3.4 seconds on the play. 27.5 seconds to go here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll recap the first half for you. Take a look at individual stats, so stay tuned for that here on the video stream. 2 targets either side for Rackley. They're sending some pressure from South Medford. It's Eckel who slides down on the turf. He lost his footing on the wet turf. A penalty flag out at the very end of it, and it's a holding call against Roseburg. James Coleman back in the game. That's a good sign. Yes, there he is, back out there. He's limping around, but he's out there trying to fight his way through it. South Medford will accept the penalty. They'll make it 2nd down. They put it all the way back to the 33-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 21. No, they're going to decline the penalty, of course. I thought that's what the case would have been the case, but they had marked it off. So the ball will be at the 43. It was a loss of 1 for Eckel. And I think it should be 3rd down and 11. The sticks are still reading 2nd down. They're getting them changed. So 3rd down and 11, motion, Williams. They'll instead give it to Eckel. And South Medford will not be fooled on the delay handoff. They're in the backfield to wrap up Caden Eckel, who was tackled for a loss, back to the 42-yard line. Tough sledding for Caden Eckel in the first half, but Brogan Rackley has been finding some room to run, and he has been helping Roseburg move the football. Unfortunately, the Tribe has gotten downfield a little bit, but they have not been able to find the end zone as of yet. 25-0 our score at halftime as South Medford is leading the way. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we come back with your halftime show here on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Welcome back, everybody, here for our halftime show as Roseburg trails South Medford at the break, 25-0. Joey Kieran here with you, along with Clayton Brelich, as we bring you tonight's broadcast. Video only, is the radio station still trying to get everything back up and running on that side of things. It takes a while. There's a lot of different layers to it all, so hopefully that'll be up and running, and they can get CBS Sports back on the radio there, and then we will just be broadcasting here on the video stream the rest of your evening. At the break, Roseburg down by 4 scores. Here on senior night for South Medford, the Tribe, they've had nice drives that have taken them deep on the other side of the field, but they haven't been able to finish them off. Most notably, a touchdown throw to the end zone to Jace Wilder. He had made the perfect play on the defender, got in front of him to box him out, and he just couldn't hang on to the football. Unfortunate there. Taking a look back at your scoring in the first half, South Medford started out the game with a 6-play drive going 60 yards after Roseburg tried an onside kick to start it out. And it was a touchdown pass from Deacon Edgar as he would find Ty Henry from 14 yards out. First of a few touchdown passes in the first half for Henry. They missed the PAT, and it was 6-0. Roseburg on their next possession, 2 plays in, and Brogan Rackley, who starts at quarterback tonight, throws an interception, his 3rd of the season. And it was just on a tough play, staring down a defender, and threw it right into the hands of Dylan Espinoza. South Medford would make Roseburg pay on that. 3 plays later, it was a quarterback sneak from Edgar, 1 yard out to make it 12-0. The 2-point conversion was no good. South Medford would turn it over on an interception later in that first quarter. It was Jace Wilder that gets the takeaway this time. That set up Roseburg at their own 35-yard line. They would march it all the way into the red zone, got down to the South Medford 6, and that would be the play that would get him down into the red zone. That's when Wilder would miss the chance at his first receiving touchdown of the season. And then on 4th down, and it wasn't 4th down and goal. I believe it was like 4th down and 5. And Roseburg tries to go back to that same play. It worked the first time, and they should have had the touchdown. They try to go back to it, and it was intercepted in the end zone. Would have been a turnover on downs either way, so wasn't the worst of penalties, of turnovers for Rackley on that one, but his 2nd interception of the game. South Medford would get it starting at their own 20. They go 80 yards on 6 plays, and it was this time an 8-yard touchdown pass from Edgar finding Andrew Walker. The kick was good on the PAT to make it 19-0. South Medford would add another touchdown pass on their next drive. Walker again, this time from 13 yards out. The kick no good. 25-0 your score. South Medford had the ball, looking to try and see if they could add a few more points before the halftime break. They would drive out towards midfield, had the ball at the Roseburg 44 when Deacon Edgar would throw his 2nd interception of the night. This one went right into the hands of Landon Hodges. Hodges, that ball looked like it was intended right for him, and Hodges came away with his 2nd interception of the season and his 3rd takeaway for Roseburg. Also has a fumble recovery on the year as well. So Roseburg would get the ball away, but they weren't able to do anything in the final 30 seconds of the first half and trail 25-0. We'll come back. We'll look at some individual statistics as the marching band out on the field for South Medford on a drizzly Friday night here in the Rogue Valley. We'll be back with more Roseburg football on 541radio.com.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Here at the halftime break, the South Medford band on the field. That's where they're supposed to be. As we bring you the halftime show, stick around after tonight's game. We'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Tonight's contest brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Well, taking a quick look at some unofficial stats from the first half for the visiting team, Roseburg. 3 catches on the night for the passing game. Rackley is 3 for 9 through the air for 31 yards. He is connected with 3 different receivers. Dane St. Clair with 1 catch for 12. Boston Williams with 1 for 11. And Jace Wilder with 1 for 8. For Roseburg rushing, Brogan Rackley with 37 yards on 10 carries. But it's been kind of tough. A lot of negative plays, unfortunately. Byron Irvin have him down for a -4 play. We've got one down for a team loss of 10 yards on a bad snap. And then Caden Eckel, he's had a tough go of it tonight, finding any space to run between the tackles. He's got 3 yards on 6 carries. So that would put us at 40 minus 14, so that'd be 36 total yards offensively. Is that right? No, 26 yards rushing for Roseburg, and the 31 through the air. So right around 50 yards of offense in the first half. I mean, it felt like they've been moving the ball a little bit better than that, but that's what the numbers are reading. As for South Medford, Deacon Edgar, 177 yards through the air and 3 touchdowns. He does have 2 interceptions. In fact, the only incomplete passes he has are interceptions by Roseburg. So he is 11 for 13 through the air, 177 yards and 3 touchdowns. Andrew Walker has 7 catches for 88 yards and 2 scores. Ty Henry, 1 catch for a score, 14 yards. Ryder Scheid has 2 catches for 67 yards. And Gannon Jones had 1 catch for 8. On the ground, Ryder Scheid has 7 carries for 55 yards. Deacon Edgar has 5 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown. And those are kind of your leaders on the ground game for South Medford. Clayton Brelledge joining us here in the booth here tonight. You might remember the name from a couple of years, not a couple of years, last year. It feels like it's been a while, but it was just last year joining us on the broadcast, helping out last year, and it was a great experience for everybody, and I talked him into joining me here tonight from Medford. You know, I ran through the numbers there, Clayton, and I'm a little surprised that they're as low as they are for Roseburg offensively. It felt like there was a lot more positive offensive movement out there, but a lot of negative plays kind of killing some drives for them. But looking at the first half, I think overall felt like somewhat of a positive half for Roseburg.
Yeah, I'll start with the offense. When you go out and you throw a pick your first drive, it's not a good start for your recipe. And then you go out and your center gets hurt and your backup center comes in, and that relationship between a center and a QB is very vital. That's what starts the whole play.
Yeah.
So when your backup center goes in and you got snaps going over his head every play, you just can't get anything going. And like you said, the negative plays have kind of outweighed everything they have done that was positive. I like the rush attempts by Rackley, though. He seems like he just puts his head down and runs right over anybody that's in his way.
I've been impressed with that tonight. Yeah, he's been looking good in that running game.
And then back to the defense. Anything that's outside the hashes, I feel like Roseburg's had a hard time trying to keep up with them. You've got a star sprinter out there on the edge. So trying to keep up with him is very tough. Anytime a run play guy outside the edge there, it just kind of seemed like they couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah, exactly. The team speed and Heiberger has meant last year, Roseburg had all the team speed out there. We saw Colton Marsters, who was a track guy as well. They had Kloffenstein as a speedy guy that would make a lot of plays, special teams and in the offense. They had a ton of team speed last year. And this year, they've got young kids that are trying to get to that second level of their speed. And so right now they are playing catch-up with a lot of teams in the conference, and we've been seeing that play out. Decision-making for a young guy in Rackley who wasn't going to be a quarterback to start the year, got put into that position, hasn't played back there a couple of games. He's been out there as a starter tonight. But, you know, I've liked the athleticism we've seen from him. If he's going to be a quarterback for the going forward, which I don't know how that process will work out. I assume that Owen Bentia will get a chance to be back there next year after the injury from this year. But, you know, that's going to be one of those things that just comes with experience playing. I mean, you were a guy, Clayton, that went through probably getting a chance to play as a younger guy because there were some lean times for Roseburg when you were there and getting a chance to play early. I mean, the game comes at you a little bit faster when you're that young and you've never really seen it before.
Right, yeah, I was a freshman, and I played through freshman and kind of slow, and then I was a sophomore and went up to varsity. And the difference between freshman and varsity, just like that, and the snap of the fingers, it's a big, big deal. And his decision-making hasn't been terrible, I don't think. That play that comes to mind is when he looks right and then looked back left and he saw nothing and he just took it up the middle.
Exactly.
So that as a young QB you like to see early, and that speed, like we're saying, it is a big factor.
At the half, it's 25-0. South Medford leading the way against Roseburg right now. The Panthers back out on the field as the halftime clock is starting to run out. We'll have more coming up for you here, but we'll go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. If you've got any scores from games from around the Umpqua Basin you'd like to pass along, that would be awesome. We'd love to see those and be able to share those on the airwaves. You can tweet at us. KSKR The Score is our Twitter account. You can hit us up with some score updates there. You can also use the 541 Radio app to share scores with us and let us know what's going on there as well. And you can also tweet at me. It's Joey Kieran, JoeyKeeran. And I might get a chance to see that if I open up my phone and look at it during the game, which may or may not happen. I try to do that, but in case of those moments. So there you go. If you got any scores to pass along, that'd be great. I know that it's been unfortunate. It sounds like the radio station's starting to come back up on, but because of just the delays and everything going on, we've bailed on trying to get the game on the radio for you here tonight on The Score. And I'm not sure what's going on with Sutherland. I'm hoping that they can get that game on. That was going to be one that I was curious to see how things played out between Sutherland and South Umpqua here tonight. But if you've got scores to report, let us know on social media. We take a 60-second timeout and come back with the second half for you here on 541radio.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV. devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back here at halftime, tonight's ball game is sponsored on the video stream by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship of Roseburg football here on 541radio.com. Again, you can follow the action as well on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube to find our account there. Subscribe and hit the little notification bell to be able to get notifications whenever we go live with another Roseburg High sporting event. 25-0 our score at the break. I do believe Roseburg will be getting the ball to start the second half as we get ready for tonight's second half of action. Taking a quick look at other games going on around the Umpqua Basin here tonight. We did have an earlier score reported between Glide and Illinois Valley. And let's see here. That was 7-0 Illinois Valley up after one quarter over Glide in that one. And we'll try to get any updates on that one and see if we can get any other scores passed along our direction. Taking a look at the schedule for games going on for teams around the Umpqua Basin here tonight. Yesterday it was, I was going to try and read through them, and those are last week's schedule. So we'll get that updated here. Already it was North Douglas Yoncalla that won yesterday over Reedsport, 56-16. I'm not sure why the 541 radio app not updating. Maybe it's because our servers are probably down, and so the website maybe is down too. That would be unfortunate. But that was yesterday, 56-16. North Douglas Yoncalla getting a win over Reedsport. Big one there. That's going to set up a big matchup next week for the War Eagles. All right, kickoff is away now. Moving right to left on your radio dial is Roseburg from about the 8-yard line. Boston Williams takes it out beyond the 20 to the 22. And Williams will get Roseburg set up there with the football in their hands to start the second half. So they go to the 22-yard line and bring the offense back out. Roseburg trying to keep from the running clock. South Medford is 10 points away from getting that started here in the second half, and so Roseburg trying to do what they can to hold that off. They've had that against them a couple of times. Some score updates that I want to pass along because there's a big one that just came into us that I'm excited about there. Shotgun snap here for Rackley. He'll move Irvin from left to right. There was a bad snap, a handoff to Eckel, and Roseburg's going to make something out of it. Trying to scan to see. I don't see James Coleman out there, which might mean that it's Kyler Mills that's getting a chance to play the second half at center, and I think that is the case. I'm looking to the sideline, and I don't see Coleman on the sideline anywhere. But that's definitely a big loss if he's not out there for Roseburg in the second half. They're all conference linemen. Mills, great as a guard. He's been struggling a little bit with the snaps. That one better. Pulled down after the run by Eckel. That was for a first down out to the 33. He carries this time for another first down. So a run of 11 and now a run out to the 44. It's another run of 11. That is back-to-back carries of 11 yards for Caden Eckel. And that's a nice way to start the second half. So a quick score update, Gold Beach and Oakland. Number 1, Gold Beach. Number 3, Oakland. Oakland up 28-0 in that matchup. A huge one for the league title pretty much on the line. Also, Illinois Valley leading Illinois Valley leading Glide 14-0 at halftime. Boy, that would be a big win for Ben Lane and the Oakland Okers. First down and 10 again for Roseburg after a couple of nice runs by Eckel. This time a high snap, delayed, maybe the handoff to Eckel, and Rackley has to just try and do something, and he'll lose 1 yard back to the 43. The snap was high, and it just kind of slowed down the whole process. I think Rackley was looking to go on the play-action fake to Eckel after a couple of big runs for Eckel. They wanted to try and see if they could get the defense to key on him, but because the high snap, it delayed all of that, and unfortunately that allowed the defense to get into the backfield. Three-man front, but the linebackers are all real close to the line here for South Medford. Snap was before Rackley was expecting it, bobbled around. That ball was juggled like a hot potato by Brogan Rackley, and he's able to fall on it back to the 38-yard line. And it's unfortunate that it's going to feel like we're picking on Kyler Mills a little bit here. He's getting put into a position just like a quarterback. And Coach Heiberger has said this a few times where we've seen quarterbacks, it feels like the quarterback is struggling. Well, there's a lot that goes into the process of a quarterback being successful. Blocking, the receiving, all of that kind of stuff. There's a lot that's going to go into being an offensive lineman out there trying to snap the ball in a shotgun. You just got to have some timing to do it. They go down the middle. It's Boston Williams. He'll move the chains on third down and long for Roseburg. Boston Williams making the catch in traffic, then turning upfield to move the chains to the 41 on South Medford's half of the field. What a play. That is a 21-yard completion to Boston Williams for his second catch of the evening. Biggest play of the night for Roseburg there. They set up with the ball in the middle of the field, a new set of downs as they convert on third down. Move a man in motion, that's Williams. He bubbles back behind the quarterback. Ball again. Rackley, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. I think I had Rackley listed at 5'7", 5'9". .59 is what they've got Rackley listed at, and if he was 6 foot, these snaps might not be quite as bad. They're just a little bit too tall for him. So that one dropped him back to the 42. That was a loss of 1. Pass quickly to Wilder here on the near sideline. He's got the catch. He slowed up right at the sticks. Did he get enough for the first down? They'll spot him at the 33. And it's going to be third down. Wilder, a nice job on the pass completion. But I think if he just keeps trying to run through the defense there, he maybe gets a chance to convert that one. Instead, he tried to make the juke move, and he got tackled out of bounds short of the first down. At the 33, that was a pickup of 9 to Wilder. So third down and short. High snap. Tried to fake it there, give it to Eckel, but nowhere to go. Back to the 35. It'll be a loss of 2. So Rackley trying to run through the offense, but those high snaps have been hurting him. And it'll be fourth down for Roseburg. The ball at the 35. They've got to get it to the 31. 4 yards to go on fourth down. We have spotted James Coleman is on the bench with ice on his left ankle, and A.J. Baker also out in this ballgame. Defense moving around for South Medford is Roseburg with trips to the left side. Eckel to the right of Rackley, trying to get the defense to jump. They're not moving. Look to the sideline. Fourth down and 4 here. Rackley gets the snap. Quickly passes out to the near side. It's caught by Wilder. Stretches to the 30. And a penalty flag out at the end. They didn't even give him that great of a spot, but he's right at the first down stick. We'll see if this one stands. It could be a holding penalty as they tried to block for Wilder. I think it would be enough to move the chains if it'll stand. If not, it would be fourth down and 9. It's a block in the back, I think, on Roseburg there. So the penalty flag is at the 33, so I think they count it off from there. No, they'll go back to the line of scrimmage and count it off from the 35, and it's going to be a 10-yarder. So it's a Roseburg penalty, and again, whoa. No, they count off 15 yards. So it must have been, they must have had a new signal on the call, because that's a 15-yarder is not, blocking the back shouldn't be a 15-yarder. Coach Heiberger trying to get an explanation from the crew. And nothing's going to change there. So Roseburg, a 15-yarder back to the 50, and that's going to change the plan of attack here. They're going to send the punt unit out. Man, that's unfortunate. It was going to be a first down on that catch by Wilder. Instead of, I guess, a personal foul penalty, Roseburg backed up 15 yards, and they'll be punting away from midfield. Jacob Michael will get a boot into it. High, wobbly kick will land at the 25, and it takes a South Medford bounce. Nobody's going to jump on it here. Now finally will at the 32-yard line. Promising drive for Roseburg to start the second half is cut short, and 6:03 to go here in the third quarter. Nice long drive by Roseburg. 6 minutes off the board. Is there a penalty flag out? No. They've got the ball at the 32. The Whitecap was talking with one of the lines judge, and it looks like they're all set to go. So the offense comes out for South Medford. They lead 25-0 here in the third quarter of our ball game. Shotgun snap to Edgar. Blitz coming. Boston Williams gets home as they blow it up in the backfield. And Roseburg, along with Brevin Harrison, they come up with the stop on Ryder Scheid. He gets tackled for a loss back to the 29. That is a loss of 3 on first down for the Panthers. And they'll face second down and 13. Great time on the blitz for the Indians. Boston Williams and Brevin Harrison both getting home. They'll send Harrison again, looking to pass his Edgar. He's got a man there. He beats the defender. Angling to the near sideline, try to stiff arm. Wilder will come up with the tackle, and he is a little slow to get up. He'll get to his knees. It's a first down pass out to the 48. And that one goes to Gannon Jones again, his second catch of the night. The ball is spotted again at the 48-yard line. That is a 19-yard completion. It'll be first down and 10, South Medford. Wilder will go to the bench. Has his helmet off. They're getting him a water bottle. He'll get checked out by Lindsay, who has had a busy season with the football team and a busy one tonight with Roseburg down 2 offensive linemen, including their starting center. Pass play, Edgar looking over the middle of the field. Hodges stepping up to try and get to that football. Gets in there with Ty Henry, and a clean defensive play. No flag on the field. That is a great job by Hodges. They weren't sure if they were going to have him tonight, and he has been big out there. He's got an interception already this evening, and he comes up to make a nice play over the middle. Second down and 10 for the Panthers. Clock stopped at 4:54 to play here in the third quarter. 25-0, South Medford in front. Walker, the lone target on the right side. 2 backs in the backfield with Edgar. He's going to go on the screen. He's got Scheid with blockers in front of him. Weaving across the numbers. Misses a man on the sideline. He makes another man miss, and he's at the 5, and he's in. Touchdown, South Medford. Ryder Scheid, He made a few guys swing and miss, and he was able to tiptoe down the sideline for the score. And that will come from 52 yards. The PAT attempt, this will be Henry to try and kick it through. Right-footed kicker, the placement is down. The kick is very much no good. It's 31-0, South Medford in front. We will take a quick 30-second break. Bring you more Roseburg football on 541radio.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
back here at Spiegelberg in North Medford here earlier this year. Now getting a chance to face South Medford. A kick pooched up the middle. It gets by Hodges back to the 2-yard line for Williams. He is trying to make his way up the middle of the field. A penalty flag out from way deep. At the back end of the return, Williams got his way to the 15-yard line. We'll wait to see what the penalty flag is for. The ball is at the 15 right now, and we'll see. And it is going to move back on Roseburg, it looks like. Personal foul against Roseburg. So it'll be half the distance to the goal line from the 15-yard line for Roseburg. So that will put Roseburg back to the 8-yard line to start out this drive. Well, they've been moving the ball at times. Trying to just sustain those drives has been the biggest issue. Take a look at who's all up on that line with some changes up there for Roseburg. Again, Kyler Mills at center, Brayson Parker at left guard, and Bradfield at left tackle. Pass out to Wilder at the 15. And he'll make his way to the 16-yard line. That is a pickup of 8 on first down for Wilder. That'll make it 2nd down and 2, as Wilder's been a popular target for Rackley so far here tonight. So Mills at center, Parker at left guard, Bradfield at left tackle, Jack Banna at right guard, and Dakota James at right tackle. So that right side of the offensive line is new for Roseburg here in the second half. Rackley at quarterback will fumble it as he tried to pull it out of the stomach of Caden Eckel. And Rackley wanted to take it himself on the quarterback read. And Eckel was trying to just make sure that if it was in his tummy, he was going to hang on to it. And that kind of stripped it out of the hands of Rackley. So on the broken play there, it goes back to the 11, and Roseburg gives up yardage. 5-yard loss, making it 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 11, got to get it out to the 18. As the rains continue to fall here in Medford, pass out to Wilder with a blocker in front. Gets around him, gets to the 16. Tackled, they'll say, keep the clock going. He's 2 yards shy of the first down on 4th and 2. That might just be too deep in their own territory for Roseburg to think about going for it here. They pick up the 5 yards they lost on the previous play, and here comes the punt unit. 30 yards on 4 catches for Wilder tonight. Jacob Michael will be back there to punt. Gets it, gets the kick away. That's a nice kick out towards midfield. It bounces at the 48, takes a Roseburg bounce. Wilder can't get the return man. Ooh, a huge block will bring out penalty flags as Andrew Walker takes it all the way to the far side into the red zone. And a player down for Roseburg got completely blindsided on that return. And that, I believe, is Connor Hahn, who is down on the field. So this ball is going to come back after the return by Walker, but that's the least of anybody's concern right now is Connor Hahn is down on the field and not looking like he's feeling good. They roll him over. He's got one leg up. So the trainers are all out there to talk to him. Coach Heiberger out there as well. So we will go ahead and take a quick break here as we hopefully will see good things for Connor Hahn. Down on the field, hopefully will be able to make the way off the field on his own. That was a hit you could feel from up here. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com. Injury timeout here at Spiegelberg Stadium. Connor Hahn, they might be working to take his helmet off. I'm not sure, but this is one of those that is going to be not the kind of plays you want to see on a football field, unfortunately. The sophomore Connor Hahn got blown up on a punt coverage, blindside block, and the penalty did get walked off. It's going to be a 15-yarder from the Roseburg 48, backing South Medford back to their own 37. So the penalty will put South Medford back, but that's not really what Roseburg's all that concerned about. They've got Hahn sitting up, or at least some movement out there. That is positive. The home crowd giving him a round of applause, but it's been so slow going from there. Roseburg football tonight is brought to you by our local sponsors like Evergreen Family Medicine, serving residents of Roseburg, Myrtle Creek with over 40 providers and adding coverage in Sutherland by April of 2023. And by Flyaway Travel, you can contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Give them a call at 672-5701. And we want to say thanks to Fisher's Hearth and Home, a longtime sponsor of Roseburg High Sports here on the radio and on our video player. Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. The video stream is sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. No radio tonight, just video. Hahn is up. He's got his right arm held across his stomach. That can sometimes indicate a possible clavicle or shoulder injury. Clavicle, of course, the collarbone there. So hopefully that's not the case. Well, hopefully just a stinger or something like that. But that was a hard hit. And he will make his way to the sideline. He's walking to the sideline under his own power. The doctor-trainer guy for South Medford that's here, working out there along with Lindsay, our trainer from Roseburg, who's been doing a great job for the Tribe this year, taking over for Julie Deaver. They're walking along there with him. She's got his helmet. They are the guy from South Medford's got his hand on the back of Connor's neck as they lead him to the bench, and they'll evaluate him some more there. But, man, scary situation for that young man. Great to see that he walks off the field under his own power, and we will hope for just good signs of things for him as his recovery now gets underway. So a 15-yard penalty backs up South Medford to their own 37-yard line for 1st and 10 from there. The run goes to the 39-yard line on a carry this time by Will Greenwood for South Medford. A pickup of 2 for Greenwood. 2nd down and 8 as South Medford has the offense on the field. They will run it again, far side. Nick Parrish gets in there and spins the ball carrier out of bounds. Again, it's Greenwood on the carry for another short yardage situation. In fact, actually, he loses yardage back to the 38-yard line. That'll be a loss of 1. Tackle for loss for Parrish, who has gotten quite a few of those. I don't know what his total is here today, but he had started out the day. He was one of the top TFL guys for Roseburg this season. I think had 3 coming into the matchup. Looking to pass, goes far side. It's out near midfield. That looks like it'll be right around the spot for the 1st down. And that was Walker over there on the catch. So they take him out to the 47. It is very close to the 1st down, and they will give it to him. So on 3rd down and long, the pass play goes just enough out to the 47, which is surprising. I thought, oh, no, they were back to the 37. That is right. So the 47 on the pass play, that's a pickup of 9 for Walker. Running left side. Ooh, crunched out of bounds. A big hit on the sideline. The ball carrier, that was Wes Clark. No, excuse me. That is Bridger Foss who gets it to the Roseburg 47, flips the side of the field. That is a 6-yard gain for Foss, his second carry of the night. Clock winding out here, the end of the third quarter just about to come up. And at the end of 3 periods, it is 31-0. South Medford in front. Roseburg only giving up the 1 touchdown here in this third quarter. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. Come back with the fourth quarter from Spiegelberg Stadium in Medford. This is Roseburg Football on 541radio.com. Well, a handoff in the backfield. It got trapped in the backfield. A loss back to the 48 on South Medford's half of the field to start out the fourth quarter. A loss of yardage on the play. And South Medford will be backed up on 3rd down and 9 now. Back at their own 48-yard line. That was a loss of 5 on that play. I believe carrying the ball on that one was Greenwood. Rolling to his right, it's a new quarterback out there for South Medford here to start the fourth quarter, and they will not get the first down. The quarterback is Bridger Foss, who's the backup there. Gets the ball out to the 48 on the other half of the 50. They've danced around on the 50-yard line here. That's a pickup of 4 for Foss, who's come in as the quarterback for Deacon Edgar, with this game comfortably in control by South Medford. And facing 4th down and 6, they will bring out the punt unit. The punter waiting as the clock winds down. Kick is away. Not a huge deep one. That ball, I don't know if it hit a Roseburg guy or not. The ball is downed at the 6-yard line. Either way, it'll be a nice one for South Medford. They'll either get the football or they'll trap Roseburg deep in their own half. And the officials say not touched by a Roseburg player. There was a couple of guys in the vicinity of that one, but not touched by a Roseburg player. And so the ball is down by the punt unit for South Medford. And Roseburg will have it deep inside their own 10-yard line. Roseburg football with 10:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. As they will start out, they spot the football at the 8-yard line. And here comes the offense for the Tribe. Roseburg football tonight brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Brogan Rackley will stay in the game at quarterback. He's been back there all night. He's got Caden Eckel to his right, trips that direction as well, looking to pass. Goes over the middle, has a man open, but overthrew him. It kind of went between 2 receivers, had Irvin on a seam route over the middle, and then streaking down the field from the slot position was Austin. And I'm not sure which one that was intended for. Initially, it looked like it was for Irvin, but it was thrown behind him. And then I saw Austin there, and it looked like it could have maybe been for him, but it was thrown short. Either way, it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Boston Williams will make his way in. new linemen out there, some switching around with some injuries for A.J. Baker and James Coleman tonight that have happened here in this game. So Roseburg working in some new linemen. High snap, handoff delayed to Eckel over the middle. He's able to find a little bit of space, gets over the left hash mark, out to the 20, pushes the pile out to the 21-yard line, and that's a pickup of 13 for Caden Eckel. Eckel with a couple of 11-yard carries to start out this second half. That now 13-yard carry will be his longest run of the night. And it moves the chains to give Roseburg first down and 10. Tribe trying to avoid another shutout here tonight. They've avoided the running clock so far and trying to get some points on the board. Rackley with Eckel to his left. High snap over his head. Racing back to the 2. Jumps on it at the 1. And that is where they'll down him. South Medford wanted the safety, but he jumped on that ball just shy of the goal line. And that was a ball that just took an unfortunate bounce for Roseburg. It just hit the ground and took off running to the end zone. So that bad snap takes Roseburg all the way back from their own 21 all the way back to their 1-yard line. Man, that's a huge loss. Loss of 20. So it is now second down and 30. And Roseburg, shadow of their own end zone here. Now South Medford's thinking safety. Second down and 30. In the end zone is Rackley. The snap from Mills. Pulled down. Rackley's going to take off and run himself. Gets out of the end zone, but short of the 5. He'll get to the 4-yard line. Picks up 3, and it's going to be third down and 27. So Roseburg trying to buy itself a little bit of space to work here with the punt unit possibly coming out. Clock running down to about 8 minutes to go in this one. Here on Pink Night for breast cancer awareness here on this October 21st. Oregon Ducks will be doing the pink thing this weekend up in Eugene against UCLA. Rackley just a yard deep in the end zone. Will turn and roll to his right, looking downfield. Will pass. That ball right into the hands of the defender. Didn't see him, I guess. Right into the hands of Jacob Dalton, who comes away with the interception. Roseburg hadn't turned the ball over in 2 straight games, but now 3 interceptions tonight for Rackley. He was trying to go on the intermediate out route and threw it right to Dalton. And that'll give South Medford the football with 7:45 here in the fourth quarter, and they've got it deep in Roseburg territory. They spot the football at the 7. It's the quarterback, Foss, up the middle, follows some blockers, used a stiff arm as he powers his way inside the 5. Foss will take it down to about the 3-yard line on that carry. Pickup of 4. And he's trying to punch it into the end zone and initiate that running clock here in this fourth quarter. 7.5 to play. Looks like the rains have kind of let up a little bit. It's been not a warm night, but a comfortable night. Not too cold, but has been a little wet with some sprinkles throughout the evening. Blitz coming, the pressure up the middle, but able to avoid it. Diving to the goal line and in, Bridger Foss. He pinballs off of defenders and finds his way across the goal line for a score. And South Medford adds one more before this one is done. After the interception, 2 plays later, Bridger Foss on the 3-yard carry for the score. PAT attempt. That is Desan Jackson going to try to kick it. That's blocked, and the play will be dead. Extra point kicking has definitely been an issue for South Medford, but it's not going to matter. They lead 37-0 with 7:10 to go in the ballgame. We will come back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Joey Kieran and Clayton Brelage with you here from Spiegelberg Stadium tonight, bringing you Roseburg football here on 541radio.com. Tonight's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Stick around for the postgame show when we name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg Indians. Kickoff coming away. It is Jackson again to do the kicking. He just tried the extra point. Roseburg with Boston Williams and Landon Hodges deep. That kick goes right to one of the upmen, though. Taken at the 19, up the middle. And that is it is Brayton Loomis. He's able to get it out close to the 35. They think they will spot him right at the 35-yard line for Loomis on the return. So here comes the offense once again for Roseburg. Clock is running as we have eclipsed the 35-point mark in the second half. And that means we will get the new quarterback. Corey Kimball will take over. The freshman will head out there to lead the Roseburg offense here in the fourth quarter. Saw Kyler Mills run off as well. So we have at center for Roseburg is William Gaithers, a junior. Snap to Kimball, hands it off, running up the middle, burst of speed. The ball carrier for Roseburg now is Carson Urogwin. It looks like carrying the ball there. First time we've called that name this season. And he will take the ball out to the 47, a pickup of 12 and a first down. We'll set up in shotgun again for Kimball with Urogwin to his right. Looking to pass out in the flats. It is caught by Irvin. Irvin across the 50 to the 44. Will pick up 9 yards on first down. So Kimball will complete his first pass of the night. First catch for Irvin this evening. From the 44, South Medford half of the field. Pass out to the far side to Jace Wilder, the senior. Stiff arm carries the defender inside the 35 down to the 32. That's a 12-yard pickup. And Wilder has his fifth catch of the night. 42 yards total. But did drop that touchdown pass in the end. Not to point out the flaws, the faults tonight. That, man, it would have been nice to have that touchdown in the first half for Wilder. I just want to see him get one. We'll set up with Wilder to the left, trips to the right side for Kimball on first down and 10 from the 32. Hands it off again. Urogwin weaving up the middle of the defense. Right along the hash marks to the 25. Pickup of 7. Second down and 3. Clock running down to 4 minutes to play in this one. Kimball will run the offense out there. I've noticed that he's not a huge guy out there, and I don't think it's necessarily bad snaps a lot of times, but he just likes to kind of give a little hop when he receives the shotgun snap. He's only about 3 yards deep here. He will turn and hand it off. Uraguin running up the hash mark. Ball comes out. Kimball's got it out there. He'll pick it up, and he will take it down to the 21. A marker out, I think, for the fumble. And Kimball will move the chains as he recovers that fumble. Takes it to the 21, picks up 4. So Kimball gets Roseburg a fresh set of downs as he was heads up on that loose ball. Try and see if we can identify any other new players out there. Ashton Palm getting a chance to see the field tonight. Caden Austin on the right side along with him. Some new offensive linemen out there will try to identify pass. Knocked down at the line by the defense. Incomplete. It's clocked down to 2:38. Be second down and 10. For Roseburg out there, Carson Tyler, I think at the left tackle position. You've got senior Ben Boyce out there at the left guard. Mateo Reynaga is the right tackle. And Wyatt Mills, a senior, at right guard with Jack Banna, the center. No, excuse me, not Banna. That was William Gaithers at center. Handed off, they pull the guard. Running left side, Uraguin will get inside the 20. Takes it into the red zone at the 18-yard line. Pickup of 2. Actually make that 3. Down inside of 2 minutes to go here, clicking away to a minute and a half to play in this ball game. Roseburg trying to see if they can get some late points on the board, trailing 37-0. Ball at the 18-yard line. Second, make it 3rd down and 7. Trips to the right side for Kimball in shotgun. Looking to his right. Now we'll try to take off and run, but things close on him quickly. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. So no gain on the carry for Kimball. And it'll be 4th down and 7. They've got to get the ball to the 11-yard line to try and move the chains here. Kimball will trot out there to give the offense the play as they go for it on 4th down. Down to 40 seconds to play in the ball game. South Medford going to get a bounce-back win here tonight before they take on North Medford in the Black and Blue Bowl next week. They'll give them a little bit of rest in practice time. Kimball in shotgun. The snap goes through his hands on 4th down. He'll pick it up. Ball still on the turf. It's going to be a turnover on downs for Roseburg as the football is collected out at the 29-yard line by South Medford. So turnover on downs. South Medford will get it as the clock is running down. And that will finish it off here tonight. Final score in this one, 37-0. South Medford in front. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with the postgame show on 541radio.com and on the score.
100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Tomorrow. Back here at Spiegelberg Stadium, where we wrap up tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High football. South Medford gets the win, 37-0. The Panthers will go to 6-2 on the year. They are now 4-2 in conference play. A big win for the number 8 ranked Panthers in the power rankings. Those OSAA power rankings, those are critical towards where you're slotted in the postseason. And this year with 2 different state playoff brackets, you want to be a team that's in the top 16 to get a chance to play for the actual 6A state title. Or if you're outside the top 16, you play for the Columbia Cup. So big win there for South Medford to keep them in the running to try and get not only into the state championship tournament, but also a chance to get a home game in that state championship tournament. They protect their home field and get ready for their rivalry matchup coming up next week. Joey Keyran and Clayton Brelage with you here in the postgame show. Quickly, we ran through scoring at halftime. It was 25-0 at the end of the first half. South Medford got a score on their first possession, a 14-yard touchdown pass from Deacon Edgar, finding Ty Henry. Then they would get a one-yard touchdown run from Edgar after an interception, set them up with a short yardage. They were able to cash in to make it 12-0. At the end of the first quarter, that was your score. They would add a touchdown on their first drive of the second quarter. That would come off of an interception that would have been a turnover on downs anyways. South Medford would go 80 yards on the drive and finish it off with an 8-yard touchdown pass to Andrew Walker. Edgar would get another touchdown pass in the first half, this time a 13-yarder, connecting with Walker again for his second touchdown grab of the night. 25-0 was your score at halftime. In the third quarter, South Medford on their first drive of the second half would get a 52-yard touchdown pass to Ryder Scheid. And they would go from Edgar to Scheid for the 52-yarder, made it 31-0. South Medford added one last score in the fourth quarter, and that would be a touchdown run from 3 yards out by the backup quarterback, Bridger Foss, to make it 37-0. So that is a look at the recap of the scoring. Get you some unofficial stats on this one tonight for the visiting team, Roseburg. Caden Eckel, 9 carries for 38 yards on the ground. Brogan Rackley, 15 carries, 27 yards. And Roseburg loses a chunky yardage on a couple of bad snaps that went for a loss of total 30 yards. Through the air, your leading receiver tonight, Jace Wilder, 5 catches for 42 yards. Boston Williams, 2 catches for 32. Dane St. Clair, 1 catch for 12. And Byron Irvin, 1 catch for 9. Brogan Rackley, the starting quarterback, I've got him down for 7 completions on 15 attempts. He threw 3 interceptions, had 74 yards total. Corey Kimball came in, attempted 3 passes, completed 2 for 21. On the other side, on the ground for South Medford tonight, 52 yards to lead the way for Ryder Scheid. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Schneid. Scheid gets 52 on 8 carries. Deacon Edgar had 29 on 5 carries with 1 touchdown. That was the only rushing touchdown of the night. 21 yards on 4 carries for Bridger Foss, the backup quarterback. Receiving tonight, Andrew Walker had 8 receptions, 97 yards total with 2 touchdowns. Ty Henry had the 1 catch for a score, and Scheid had 3 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown here tonight. So Scheid had the 1 score there through the passing game. and he accounted for over 160 yards of total offense. Edgar tonight, I've got him for 148 yards passing. Sorry, that is 248 yards passing on the night for Deacon Edgar with the 3 touchdowns, make it 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So that is a look at some of the numbers from tonight, as Roseburg will fall to 0-7 on the year, 0-6 in conference play. Roseburg will wrap up the regular season with a home game against Grants Pass. It'll be senior night coming up next Friday. As we wrap things up, we've got your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game here coming up, but Clayton Brelich getting a chance to watch some Roseburg football with us here tonight. I think we both said it at some point, either at halftime before we were getting back into it or during that second half, Clayton. They're a young team, but you can see glimpses of hopefully a bright future to come for this Roseburg football team.
Yeah, and it's important next week to go to practice and take all the positives and try to reinforce those. So as you go through practice, you watch film as they do every day. You try to take the positives more than negatives because you know you are young. You know you are going to make mistakes. So you just try to take all the positives you can get right now.
Yeah, that's, it's just a lot of learning opportunities and learning moments for these guys on this Roseburg team that hopefully will be able to take that and grow from it and be able to apply it to what's to come next season. As we wrap it up, it's time for your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Tonight we're going to go with Landon Hodges. Hodges with an interception, a pass breakup in there, and I know was in on a number of tackles here tonight. The youngster for Roseburg, a junior, coming up with some big plays defensively for the Tribe tonight. Landon Hodges is tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. That is going to wrap things up for us here from Spiegelberg Stadium. I want to say thanks again to the Cow Creek Tribe, our video stream sponsor for tonight's broadcast. For those that may be listening here on the video stream tonight, want to let you know that the radio station, it sounds like, is going to be off until sometime tomorrow. I do hope that it is back on in time to bring you Oregon State football, which will start at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon with the pregame show and 5 o'clock for kickoff on that one. So that's going to make my Saturday a fun one there. Also, I assume the same for KQEN tomorrow, which is going to be carrying the Ducks game, a huge one against UCLA. Pregame for that was going to start at 10:30 in the morning. And so hopefully KQEN is on in time to bring you that game, which kicks off at 12:30. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. I'm not sure what all is going on back. This is what happens when I leave the radio station. All hell breaks loose. As we wrap things up here, I want to say thanks to the South Medford Panthers for hosting us here tonight. Want to say thanks to Kyle Clements. He helped me out today earlier with some information about South Medford as well, the voice of South Medford Sports on Radio Medford down here. Want to say thanks to head coach Dave Heiberger, athletic director Russ Bolin, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Say thanks to Grady Hamilton. He didn't really get a chance to work tonight because the radio station was off. He was going to run things back at the studio for us. Thanks to Clayton Brelich for help with the video production tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, we're just a couple of guys sitting here talking to ourselves. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you next Friday night when Roseburg's at home to wrap up the regular season, hosting the Grants Pass Cavemen. That one kicks off at 7 o'clock. We'll have pregame coverage starting at about 6:45, hopefully on the radio, but you can find it, as always, right here on 541radio.com. Good night, everybody.